Have you ever seen one of your classmates read something just once and then ace the exam like it's nothing, while you've gone over it multiple times and still end up mixing things up? That feeling is the worst kind of torture. It makes you think you're either dumb or your hard work just doesn't matter. But here's the truth. None of this is your fault. The problem is that you've been studying the wrong way. The methods you've been taught, highlighting, rereading, underlining key points, making aesthetic summaries, they mostly waste your time. They feel productive, but they don't actually help your brain learn. Your brain feels calm while you're reading, like it's learning something. But when it's exam time, it all just disappears. And that classmate who studied once and crushed it, it's not because they're a genius. It's because they used a different method. They forced their brain to wrestle with the information, not just skim over it. Let me ask you this. If you wanted to learn how to swim, would you read a book about it or jump into the water? Of course you'd get in the water. But when we study for exams, all we do is reread and review, like we're learning the theory of swimming instead of actually swimming. Then exam day comes, the real pool, and we drown. So what's the secret of those who study once and still nail the test? They throw their minds into the exam before the real one. They test themselves without looking at the book. They jump into the mental pool so they won't panic when it's real. And here's the key. You don't need to study more than everyone else. You don't need endless review sessions. You just need to turn one study session into real practice. Now we're getting to what really makes the difference. How you can study just once and still score higher than everyone else. And the answer isn't some complicated secret. It's something simple that no one ever explained properly. Your brain only learns when you force it to give something back, not when you keep feeding it information. Every time you open your book and reread, you're just inputting data. But exams, they're not about input. They're about output. You have to pull everything out of your memory. And if your brain hasn't practiced that before, it freezes under pressure. So here's where you flip the game. Instead of reading over and over, read once. Then make your brain answer. How? Grab a blank sheet and write everything you remember. No notes, no peeking. Pull it straight from memory. Close your summaries and start asking yourself questions. If you can't answer, then go back and review. Pretend you're teaching someone else. If you can't explain it simply, you don't really know it. Use flashcards or Q&A drills. The key is, don't look first. Recall it from your head. These exercises put your brain under small, controlled stress, the same kind of stress you'll face on exam day. But since you've already faced it at home, you won't panic when it matters. That's exactly why some people can study once and still crush every test. Let's be honest. Most people love rereading and highlighting because it's easy. You sit there, you feel productive, it looks nice. But the moment the real test starts, everything vanishes. Because real learning isn't easy. Real learning is hard. It forces your brain to strain, to think, to retrieve what it knows. Is it uncomfortable? Yeah. But that's the point. That's what makes it stick. When you've fought to remember something once, you don't forget it. So here's the serious question. Do you want to keep wasting time with fake study methods? Or do you want to be the person everyone says, how the hell do they remember everything after reading once? The choice is yours. But remember this, every minute you spend rereading, you're fooling yourself. Every minute you spend pulling information out of your brain, you're training for the real game. So next time you study, read once. Then simulate the exam, use blank paper, ask questions, teach it out loud, and you'll see how one solid study session can be worth 1,000 mindless reviews. Now here's a little spoiler for what's next. Everyone thinks the problem with studying is the method, but the truth? Your mind is intentionally holding you back. How? You'll find out in the next video, where you face your most powerful hidden enemy,